Hello, everybody. Okay, like I promised yesterday, we're going to talk about Pinterest SEO today. Do ask any questions if you have any. Do ask questions if you have any. Sorry, I'm just typing it in so you'll know to ask questions if you have any. Okay, so like I said, we are going to be looking at Pinterest SEO today. And let's get started right into it. So as a bit of a reminder, why we're looking at Pinterest is because, well, last year I got over 10,000 page views from Pinterest to my website. And that's why I'm sharing the information I'm sharing today. Okay, so super focused. Today we're going to be looking at the anatomy of a Pinterest pin, among many other things. So let's get right into it. Okay, so here's an example of a Pinterest pin. If you are not familiar with Pinterest and you haven't seen any of my other Facebook Lives, head on over to my Facebook page and you'll be able to have a look then at all the introduction videos before we actually get into this more complicated one. So like I said, this is an example of a Pinterest pin. And as you can see, the pin consists of several different elements. You can see the little arrows there. We've got a title, 9 productivity apps to save you weeks of work. You've got a title on the pin image as well. We've got a description and the keyword that or the title or the phrase that I'm focusing on for this particular pin is productivity apps. You look at the other description I pulled in from the blog post and you see productivity apps there. You look at the hashtags and you see the same there. There is productivity app there as well. So this pin is optimized to take advantage of the Pinterest SEO techniques. And you can see also, you can't see this one. The other thing that it has is the actual image itself has productivity apps in the actual name of the image before it's uploaded into onto Pinterest. All right. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, so keyword research. Obviously, before you choose whichever words you want to appear or to rank for want of a better word, in Pinterest, is to conduct a bit of keyword research. So you can see here, my particular keyword that I was optimizing for, or in this particular example, I don't actually do anything to do with playroom or storage in any of my blogs. But the idea here is playroom storage tips is what we've been optimizing for. And this is using Google. You can see here, although I'm searching in Google, the third item down in this image is a Pinterest.com, either a board or an actual pin showing up in the Google results. That's why it's so important to optimize your Pinterest pins. Next up, you can use a keyword research tool just to give you a rough idea as to what else people are searching for and what else you need to optimize your Pinterest boards or pins or account for. So you can see here there's a whole variety of different ways people look at it. So the first keyword that we're looking at was playroom storage tips. And you can see here people are actually searching for, or other words that they use is like cheap toy storage, small toy storage ideas, toy storage ideas, living room, etc. And if we go even further, so the keyword tool I'm using in this particular example is a plugin on the actual that you can use on the actual Chrome, a Chrome browser called Keywords Everywhere. So you can see here that sometimes we think and say words in a certain way, and we think everybody uses the same phrase or words, but actually people have different ways of speaking or talking about the same thing. And you can see here even a much wider variety of phrases that people search for when they're thinking of playroom storage tips. So you can have DIY toy storage plans, playroom storage ideas, IKEA, playroom organization hacks, etc. You can see a whole lot of ideas here in this example. So that's looking at the keyword tool and then looking at looking for ideas in Google. But here we have the Pinterest search bar itself, and you can see here I put in the word playroom storage. I didn't add the word tips at the end because I wanted to see what were the top sort of 8 phrases that people are looking for. And you can see there's ideas, organizing toys, DIY, cubes, wall, storage for large toys, and bench. Right, and all of this can be it's freely available using the Pinterest search bar. Not a problem at all. And here it is again. So I put in playroom storage, and although my initial phrase that I was looking for was playroom storage tips, you can see here that there's even a huge much more that you can optimize your boards, your personal boards, or if you have group boards that you manage, you can optimize the boards, the pins for these phrases, as you can see here. Kids, ideas, IKEA, DIY, ideas, organizing toys, cubes, etc. The list goes on. So Pinterest is telling you essentially what you need to make sure you include in your pins or in your Pinterest boards or your descriptions to make sure that your pins actually show up when someone is searching for the content that you have available. All right. Next up, we've got the back end of Pinterest. So you may be familiar with Pinterest, but you probably never thought that there was something like the back end of Pinterest or something else that exists in the back end, well, behind in Pinterest. But just like, I'm trying to think what other, I guess Google AdWords or Google Keyword Planner, just like those tools have I guess features available where you can actually do a search for more keywords. That's available in Pinterest as well. And the way to find this is you have to go and try and create a campaign. Now you're not actually going to be paying for the pin, for the promoted pin, but you're just using it as a way to search phrases that people are already searching for on Pinterest and to see the search volumes for those particular key phrases. So you can see here in the example, we've got playroom organization ideas, gets over 5 million searches a month. Playroom organization small, playroom organization storage, creative playroom ideas, playroom storage DIY, all of them getting over 5 million searches a month on the Pinterest platform. Right. So next we're going to be looking at Pinterest boards optimization. So I did mention boards already throughout the presentation. So let's actually look at a board. So here's one of my personal boards, and as you can see, I don't do anything. I don't have anything to do with Playroom, but I'm just going to give you an example because it's one I already have. No point going to create a new board just to show you the Playroom storage ideas because that's not my niche. So you can see here, this particular board is about the blog post ideas, and you see I only have 248 pins on this board, and I've got over 1,495 followers following this board. So like I mentioned before, you need to make sure you optimize your Pinterest boards for the specific keyword. And I get that by doing a search on Pinterest platform for the key phrase blog post ideas, and it will return to me a lot of results, and I take those results then and make sure I include them in the description of my personal board. And I said personal board, this is just a personal business board, not a personal account, but a business account personal board. And I know that might sound confusing initially. Then you've got a group board, and you can see in the very top right-hand corner, this is a group board because it has more than one group of people collaborating on the board, 18 people. And you can see then it has over 7,000 pins and 2,727 followers. And the person, the title of the board, blogging ideas and tips, you can see they've got it, blogging ideas, tips, all the way through the actual description. So this board is optimized for that key phrase, blogging ideas and blogging tips. All right. Next up, we've got ranking on Pinterest. So once you've decided that you've optimized or taken advantage of the keywords using Pinterest SEO on your pins, on your boards, obviously pinning to the right group boards, etc., then you're going to start seeing your content ranking on Pinterest. And a good example of that is, here we go. So here's an example. The phrase "become an entrepreneur," as you can see here, it's a phrase I've put into the search bar, and you can see it's telling me what are the associated terms, how to quotes, so entrepreneur quotes, why to become an entrepreneur, steps to it, work for one, etc. And here's a pin I've chosen. So this is a pin that I've seen in the top 5 that's showing up here. And if you look on the actual pin image itself, they've got a little cover on it, and it says how to build your girl boss empire, the 7 things you need for success. Okay, and if you look at the bottom of the pin, you'd see entrepreneurial advice there, how to be a girl boss. And if we go one more step, you'd see the closer example of that pin, and you can see then the description includes girl boss twice, and this particular pin was actually pinned or saved to Entrepreneur Life Pinterest board. And you see includes names like inspiring mentor, vision, stuff that you'll find associated with the word or the phrase entrepreneur. So if I head on over to the actual board, Entrepreneur Life, you'll see it has only 31 pins and 802 followers on it. But the board itself is optimized. It's not a group board, as you can see. It's just a personal board. And you can see that it's optimized to include entrepreneur phrases like entrepreneur life, entrepreneur quotes, entrepreneur mindset, startup online business, how to scale an online business, coaching business, money mindset, etc. So all in all, this particular board is optimized, and as a result of it being optimized, the pins being optimized, then it increases the chances of you ranking in the first 5 pins across the top level of Pinterest for a specific keywords. And as just like Google, Pinterest has thousands and thousands of key phrases or keywords. So it depends on what it is you want to achieve with your business. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be looking at creating pins in Canva. So if you've ever used Canva before, but tomorrow we'll be looking at how we can go ahead and create pins, Pinterest pins in Canva. I'll show you the tricks and tips to creating beautiful clickable pins in Canva. And again, as always, if you have any questions about Pinterest and how to use it, everything that you ever wanted to know about Pinterest, but you were too afraid to ask, do let me know. Leave your comments at the bottom of this video, and I'll be happy to help you get better results from Pinterest. Okay, until next time, that's it for today. Bye.